It's day 91 of my 100 days of silver stacking, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how you store your silver, whether it's at home, bank storage, private storage, or you're a bit like a pirate and you like to bury it. And then I'm going to show you a great pickup that I grabbed from the dock. Awesome guy. Make sure you check out my website, canadiansilversaver.com, for my products, others in the community, and my wife's wonderful artwork. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and even Pinterest now. And thank you very much to thecoinshoppe.ca and the Silver Forum for all of their support. Stay tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Canadian Silver Saver here, and today I want to talk a little bit about your storage, what you're doing to keep yourself safe at home, where you keep your silver and gold and your investments. I don't want to get into capsules and things like that. That's a whole different level of things, but I'm talking about how do you keep people out of your house, and if they do get in, how do you make sure that you've done everything you can to make sure that your stuff is secure and you are as safe as can be. One of the things that's important about why we stack what we do and we invest the way we do is because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. It's all paper stocks or paper silver and gold and stocks and all that can be very lucrative for people, but there's a huge risk to the markets, to the even just an electrical power outage and things like that really control the accessibility to it. So that's the same with our cash, our monetary system these days. Most people just have it on a debit card or credit, and they don't have a lot of cash anymore. So, but anyway, so what I want to think about is, we talked before about keeping your house secure. I talked about locks on the doors, making sure people can't get in, and things like that. But what do you do about your storage? Do you like to keep it right at home? Do you keep all of it at home? Do you keep it in a bank, in maybe a safety deposit box? Do you like private storage? And because there's options that way for it. Or are you a bit of a pirate and do you bury your silver and things like that? So my problem with storing at a bank is that you're under the mercy of the system. The hours they are open, and economic problems or any problems in the world, banks are not going to stay open at all. It's one of the first places that are going to close because they know people are heading there, right? So somebody was talking about having friends at a bank. They were sure they could get their money in their safety deposit box because their friend works there. And I think that no matter who your connections are, if it gets to a point, where people are needing to get things done, there's some type of economic problem or other problem, one of the last things they're going to be doing is going to their job. And if they can go to their job or they want to, unless they're the president of the entire bank, they're probably not going to be opening the doors. Again, they close up right away. So I don't. And having a safety deposit box and things at a bank, I get why people do it. There's a lot of security reasons that keep you safer at home, less of a target. But it does make you a target to the government a bit, because basically you're registering that you've got, it's all these little things that help track what you're doing and where you are. And it's not my favorite way to do things. So private storage, that's another way to do things. You just rent a storage locker. Or you have other bullion storage, private bullion storage options, but that tends to be more online based. Even though you do have access to it 24 hours a day, it's transfers, and it's not the silver that you're stacking and collecting the same way. So private storage, I like that option. It's away from your house, somewhere else. It's not something that's necessarily obvious what's going on, but you want to make sure it's a very secure location. And then third is, you can bury it. You can take it out somewhere, put it in the ground like a pirate. You'll see on the screen there the tube. That's one of my favorite ways to bury silver. Just make it sure it's deep enough, and there's some things you can do to help keep metal detectors away, and put it on your property. That helps. But don't make sure that anytime you bury something, you don't make it so hard that you can't find it or your family can't find it, should something happen to you, God forbid. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen, right? So, but if it does, you don't want to have all this set up so your family is set and secure, and they are they can't get to it, and generations later they're talking about the lost Canadian silver saver treasure and if it's a legend or not, right? So that's why, you just got to make sure you do it properly. Don't rely too much on GPS. Set up a good kind of map system, things like that. So now, if you're somebody that decides to keep it at home, or a chunk of it at home, a safe is important for sure, but you want to be careful what you do with that, right? Because the larger the safe you get, the more obvious it is to your neighbors or the delivery company who's going to have to bring it, who you order it from. Those are all people in the chain that maybe might have loose lips, right? So, or make your house a target. And if you're in a more rural area where people are less likely to see what's going on at your house, I think you have to worry a little bit more about that if you're ordering things like that, because you don't have as many eyes on your house when you're not around, or even if you are around. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering your safe and picking them up and things like that. It's just a good idea to try and smoke and mirrors a little bit. I like having a dummy safe. I think a little dummy cash safe that's kind of easy to pick up and go with is a good thing to have, fairly easy to find. And I have this mentality in my head of think like a thief. So if I've seen it in a movie, or if I was running into a house kind of looking at things, and I've seen videos about this, and lots of reasons why I have this belief, but I think that if you're gonna hide it and cut out books that are kind of obvious, not necessarily people. If you got a lot of books, they're not gonna have time to search through it. But just be creative with it. You know what I mean? Don't not the obvious places, but the kind of obvious places. That's where you put your smoke and mirrors box and your fake silver and gold coins that you pick up for this reason, things like that. Big fan of the smoke and mirrors. And then I think it's important to, little things, fire safes are good to have just in case. And I think that, and keep in mind, if somebody comes in your house and you're there and they want you to open a safe, they know you have it. Don't have too much in it. Just have enough to kind of deal with the immediate situation, and then to be able to get you to that spot where your silver is accessible to yourself 24 hours a day. I don't have much around at all. Keep it around for a couple days and off it goes. I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to do the 100 days catch up, because I want to review everything that happened over the 100 days, but it's a lot of work to kind of go get things, and I need to keep myself and my family safe, so that's the first thing that's on my mind. But keep some fun stuff around. Keep it in your safe with your your certificate, marriage, your birth certificates, and your passports and things like that, just in case of a fire. But so I think that's a good idea. But yeah, those are just the things that I like to do to keep myself at least secure, have it accessible to myself. My constitutional, and that tends to be what I have to be able to get to right away, and then to get to my next spot where I can go pick up a much more significant amount and then move on to the next place, right? So that's my way, my style. It doesn't have to be everybody's style. Some people like the big safe at home, they got it all. Some people bury it all, and some people store it all in the banks and the vaults and the private storage. And to each his own. I don't have any, I'm not, like I said, not a financial advisor or anything, but through my experiences and my reasonings because of that is why I make the choices I do. So hopefully I can get lots of stuff going in the comments below. I want to see your opinion on where you like to store silver, without getting too, revealing about it. But, do we like to bury it? Do we like to keep it privately? Do we keep it at home, or do we keep just enough at home in case, there's the display pieces and the collectible ones and things like that. That's a bit different. If we've got those in a cabinet or display, we want to show those off. But I think that when it comes to, the main reason why we're doing this in terms of stacking for the future, collecting and investment level of things, it's, what do we like to do? And I want to hear about that. So get that conversation going. And remember, check out my video about the JDRF charity drive. That's ramping up now. I've got starting to really get going. I believe it's June 11th, actually, is when the first walk is. And I've got just about a dozen shirts sold now, so hopefully I can get lots more in there and get those exciting exercise and physical activity videos going and get more people to get some more ballots to win that silver. So, and now let's check out a bit of silver that I picked up from the dock. Alright, so let's show off a little bit of silver here. As you know, I have this is my regular coaster. You guys will see me use this as my coaster in my videos and stuff like that. It's my everyday. But I like these so much. Now I like to get them at a good price, so I picked up another one. And one of the few pieces I kind of keep around all the time, but I do like to show when I have multiple, to be honest, because I like people to know that I'm not just showing the same one twice. So there's the two of them. You can see there's the dose. I actually thought about that when I showed my privateer rounds. I have privateer rounds from before. What stopped me from just showing the same privateer rounds another time? Oh, look, I got more. But I will show them together. Actually, my original privateer rounds are in capsules now, so they're they're pretty impossible to get out. Yeah, look at me here. You see my phone. See, my wife's artwork. Probably there's some of my wife's artwork back there. No? But yeah, I love these. I really love these. They're probably one of my top 5 favorite pieces. I'd love to get more and more of these, but you know, just don't always see them around at a good price. But yeah, so that was it. Just something nice and simple to show you. I love the Scotia stuff. Clean. They're, a little bit bigger case on them. The capsule some people don't like because it's so much bigger, but I like it because I do use it as a coaster. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Yep, and stay tuned for some more videos. We are wrapping up the 100 days of silver stacking, and just trying to make sure that I touch on everything I touched on before. And I've got a great Thursday collector's close-up, and tomorrow I've got some fun stuff I'm going to show off from some of the world coins we've visited before, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of the ones I was gifted. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you then. Canadian Silver Saver, out.